week with Jerome Powell. Okay, that's what everyone's waiting on. We'll get some other numbers during the week, but I would say the theme for most markets is buy the dip. Okay, so I want to start off with the dollar index. Here's your weekly. I blew it up a little bit. I want you guys to see where there's confluence. This is going to be a major battleground down here, about par and a half. These lows here. We could bottom before that, but I expect the dollar to try and make a stand and get some kind of rally. I think most rallies should be contained under 104 from here. This week's off number is 103.15, so if you should happen to get a pop towards that area, I'd use it as a selling opportunity, which is, like I said earlier, buy the dip. Here's euro on the weekly, right against this weekly. That's actually a 200 week moving average. We broke out the diamond. I'm not going to get short. I think the dollar rally is just beginning, but you're going to have pullbacks. I mean, this could be drive 2 or drive 3 in euro. I wouldn't chase things, but I would wait. Uh, Great move in Aussie. I'd buy breaks. I mean, back towards this moving average, 6,630. Shallow breaks, buy them in Aussie. Uh, Shallow rallies. Maybe we can get back. Here we go. I just want to show you how major this is on the weekly, and this is one of my bigger campaign day trades. So here's the Canadian, and you could see that the 50-week moving average is going to come right in at this major support that held. This last low, I didn't expect this, but we got back on it after the big flush that we had on Sunday night into Monday, same day that Aussie was bought at 64.50. So I mean that's a pretty good move. 64.50, 240 from there. Start talking longs and the pound 27-ish. That's looking good. Actually, I could go all the way back to here when I started recommending the euro buying this pullback. So we were buying pullbacks here again at 108. We had another shot. So that's where I stand on the dollar. I'm still a bear. I think we're entering into a major bear phase in the dollar. Depending upon how things go, a year or so down the road, it might get so bad there'll be foreign exchange controls. There's already talk about price controls to stop the rise of prices. We've lived through that before. That would cause nothing but shortages. So we're getting a little bit of a pullback in gold from resistance, probably not over. But this was the important thing that happened in the metals. We have a turn in the gold silver ratio last week, which also reinforces a bearish outlook for the US dollar, which now silver has begun to outperform. It's doing it again here. Gold down 14, was down 17. And look at silver, it's still going. So if we had any kind of pullback in precious metals, I'd be buying the pullback in silver rather than gold because the XAU gold silver ratio has just really begun to roll over from a pretty high level. This was a pretty good trade to enter the gold silver ratio up here at 90. You could see if I bring out my microscope um, right here that this was a pretty good rally historically back to this major resistance level. I do believe we'll take out 72 and head towards 50-ish in the gold silver ratio. So, this is just starting. Here's your monthly. Here's your 70 breakdown. Looks like a lot of almost looks like the dollar chart. Look at this. Look at this. Same, isn't it? Okay, so that's my view on the dollar, currencies, metals. May as well move to risk. There's no reason to be short risk. So that's the only thing that makes me bearish, probably just for a pullback. But this rally went too far. Remember I brought up the possibility of a third drive to a top on the weekly, and that's probably what's going to happen. I did take some positions on Friday in SQQ. We'll see. Otherwise, we're headed up for a drive three up here. And 6100 was the alternative after this break. Talked about it a week ago actually on the week that we put in these lows here, that you had to be open to both sides of the argument, the bear case, bull case. The bear case is this will be a failing rally. We'll see. I think we'll get at least a pullback. 5,400 should be support there. And, NASDAQ, not as strong, rally to 61.8. And, yeah, and the Russell, I think barely or maybe filled the gap here. So I think there could be, I don't think we did actually fill the gap. So let me look at this. Okay, there was a gap left up here. I think it was a daily. Let's look at it. So, I mean, everyone's looking for the big play in the Russell. It's still the weak sister. All right, there you go. I mean, it doesn't look great. Could be a failing rally there. Anyway, my highest conviction trade is a dollar bear market that we're in the beginning stages of. And we'll see what happens with risk here. Maybe we get a pullback to, 5,400, 53. Starts taking out 5,400, then it opens the door again. But we've already rallied 78.6 back here. So it's a little bit more than you would expect. So a new high plus, we had it over 70 at the old high. So probably new highs. I mean, it has everything going for it. Although I don't have a lot of confidence in the SQQ position I put in Friday, but I'll give it a chance in case all the things that I'm talking about. Look, the market has a weak dollar going for it. It has lower yields and a Fed cut. Uh, Only if the Fed does nothing, I think we'll have a major disappointment. I don't know what's happening in the Middle East as far as how long Iran's going to hold off. I don't think the market would like it. If that happens, a peace deal would be celebrated. Maybe we peak on peace, ceasefire agreement there. So I just wanted to update you with things as far as new trades go. There's nothing I want to do right now except, ride the winners and prune, see what happens in Canada at the 136 level. Let's see what happens with Aussie, which is still underneath this high. Buy pullbacks. That's all I could say is buy pullbacks and don't let go of your full position. Even if, when we get back down to par 50 or so, you don't want to let go of your positions here because this is, I think, a fairly significant turn. Just to update yields, when we broke 420, I said that the target was 370 off that formation. That was achieved. Let's see here. There it is. So let me just. Here was a breakdown at 420. It was 70 bips. 70 bips from 420 is 370, which is what we achieved. So we'll see what happens from here. Crude, I'm still watching the large formation. We're still right in the middle of it. If I had a choice, I'd be looking, I'd prefer more of the long side in case there is some surprise. But you really don't have a buy signal until we close over 83. So everyone should have had a nice ride in different FX pairs, being short the dollar. Even some of the other ones I talked about, the USD NOK, you know, selling off. And then the SEC was something else I brought up. Breaking down out of this triangle, be kind of like crude taking out the 72. So this was predicated upon repatriation moves. if the market didn't hold and the Swedes and Norwegians start liquidating U.S. shares and repatriate their currency. So that's about all I have. Buy pullbacks and most of the stuff. Silver is the preferred long because of the gold silver ratio. And maybe we'll have some opportunities to buy pullbacks. Otherwise, the next step that we'll probably be taking is seeing what happens back at the battleground in the Dixie, down around bar and a half down here, where I have a speed line and weekly support. So those are my calls. The next one's yours. See you in the room. I do have an interview on Wednesday. Tune in for it. Callum will be with us from Australia live. It'll be later in the day, be 3:30 Eastern, and I'll see everyone here with Mike tomorrow. Good hunting, and don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Spread the word about what we're doing here at TradeGATEHub, free of charge, but priceless. Adios.